Seniors, weak legs, fading balance, and constant fatigue are among the most common and troubling complaints I hear from patients over the age of 60. These changes are not only discouraging, but they are also dangerous because they increase the risk of falls, rob people of independence, and slowly chip away at confidence in everyday life. Far too often, older adults are told that nothing can be done, that weakness is simply part of aging. But that message is misleading. While aging does change the body, decline is not inevitable. The body can remain strong, mobile, and resilient well past 60, provided it receives the right support. And one of the simplest ways to begin that process does not involve another prescription, a complicated workout plan, or an expensive supplement. It can begin with something as ordinary as the tea you drink each day. I am Dr. Alan Mandell, and for more than 30 years, I have worked with older adults who want to protect their independence, their strength, and their ability to enjoy life on their own terms. In my clinical experience, the people who age most successfully are those who combine medical care with daily habits that strengthen the body in natural, sustainable ways. Today I want to share with you 3 teas that can do exactly that. These are not exotic fads. They are backed by both modern research and long traditions of safe use. When consumed regularly, they can help reduce inflammation, improve circulation, restore muscle function, and provide steady energy. To understand why tea can play such a role, you need to know what is happening inside the body as it ages. After 60, a condition called sarcopenia becomes more common. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle tissue and strength. It is influenced by multiple factors: reduced physical activity, lower hormone levels, chronic inflammation, and impaired circulation. The result is that muscles shrink, fatigue more quickly, and recover more slowly. At the same time, joints often become stiffer, blood flow less efficient, and balance less stable. Traditional medicine often treats these issues separately: a pill for inflammation, a therapy for balance, a supplement for energy. But the reality is that these processes are interconnected, and supporting them together can produce better outcomes. This is where certain teas become so powerful. Plants contain bioactive compounds, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory agents, and adaptogens that target multiple systems at once. Unlike a drug that focuses on a single pathway, these natural compounds provide broader support, easing inflammation, stimulating blood flow, protecting cells, and encouraging more efficient energy use. The first tea I want to discuss is ginger turmeric tea. Many people think of ginger and turmeric simply as spices in cooking, but when used together in tea, they create a therapeutic blend that addresses 2 of the main causes of leg weakness: inflammation and poor circulation. Let us begin with ginger. Ginger has been studied extensively for its effects on circulation and inflammation. It contains compounds called gingerols, which act as natural vasodilators. This means they help relax blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely. Improved blood flow ensures that muscles receive oxygen and nutrients more efficiently. In older adults, poor circulation is often the hidden cause of heady legs, cramps, and fatigue. By stimulating better circulation, ginger helps to relieve that heaviness and gives muscles the resources they need to perform and recover. In my practice, patients who add ginger tea to their daily routine often report that their legs feel less sluggish and that they have more endurance for walking. Turmeric, on the other hand, contains curcumin, one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory agents known. Inflammation is both a symptom and a driver of muscle weakness. It accelerates muscle breakdown, stiffens joints, and makes even light activity uncomfortable. Curcumin works by blocking inflammatory enzymes and signaling molecules, calming this internal fire and giving muscles the chance to rebuild. Studies have shown that curcumin not only reduces joint pain, but also protects muscle fibers from further damage. For seniors, this means fewer aches after walking or climbing stairs and faster recovery after simple exercises. When ginger and turmeric are combined, their benefits amplify one another. Ginger improves circulation, bringing oxygen and nutrients into the muscles, while turmeric reduces inflammation, allowing those muscles to use the nutrients to repair and strengthen. Together, they support both immediate relief from soreness and long-term rebuilding of strength. Preparation matters if you want to capture the full benefit of this tea. Using fresh ginger root releases higher concentrations of gingerols compared to powdered forms. Fresh turmeric root is ideal, though turmeric powder can also be effective. One important detail that many people miss is the role of black pepper. A small pinch of pepper in the tea increases curcumin absorption by several 100% because piperine, the active compound in pepper, helps curcumin pass through the intestinal wall. Without it, much of their curcumin is wasted. Adding a slice of lemon or a teaspoon of honey can improve flavor without interfering with the benefits. Consistency is key. A single cup will not transform your legs overnight, but daily use creates gradual, meaningful change. In my experience, some patients notice reduced stiffness and easier walking within a week or two, while others require several weeks to feel the difference. The important thing is to treat it as a steady habit, not a quick fix. Just as a decline in strength comes gradually, so too does the rebuilding. This approach is not new. In India, ginger and turmeric tea has been used for generations as a household remedy for joint pain and fatigue. It is still a daily practice in many families, often given to older adults as a way to maintain mobility. The fact that this tradition has survived for centuries speaks to its effectiveness. Modern athletes too have embraced turmeric as part of their recovery routines, recognizing that reducing inflammation helps them train harder and recover faster. If it can help professional athletes withstand demanding schedules, it can certainly help older adults cope with the physical stress of daily living. Fatigue is one of the most disabling symptoms of aging. Many older adults tell me that they can manage pain or stiffness, but the constant sense of running out of energy makes them feel as though their lives are shrinking. They wake up tired, walk a short distance only to feel drained, and sometimes lose the motivation to stay active altogether. The problem is not simply in the muscles themselves. Fatigue in older age often comes from a combination of reduced oxygen delivery, inefficient energy metabolism, and the body's declining ability to handle stress. Addressing fatigue requires more than just rest. It requires helping the body use oxygen and energy more effectively while also calming the internal stress that accelerates wear and tear. One of the simplest, safest, and most effective ways to support this process is through Ginseng Green Tea. This blend combines two plants with distinct but complementary benefits. Green tea, which many people already enjoy daily, is rich in antioxidants and natural stimulants that provide calm, steady energy. Ginseng, on the other hand, is what we call an adaptogen. That means it helps the body adapt to stress, balance energy, and resist fatigue. Together, they create a tea that not only lifts energy, but also supports muscle performance and endurance. Let us first consider ginseng. This root has been used in Asian medicine for centuries to combat weakness, stress, and decline in vitality. Modern research confirms that ginseng contains compounds called ginsenosides, which influence multiple systems at once. They improve the way muscles use oxygen, making physical activity less exhausting. They reduce levels of stress hormones, protecting muscle tissue from breakdown. And they enhance mitochondrial function, which is essential because mitochondria are the powerhouses inside cells that generate energy. In older adults, mitochondrial efficiency declines, leaving muscles starved of energy even when enough food is consumed. By supporting mitochondrial activity, ginseng allows muscles to do more work with less fatigue. The impact is not only physical. One of the most overlooked aspects of aging is the way mental energy influences physical activity. When people feel mentally exhausted or unfocused, they are far less likely to move. Ginseng has been shown to improve cognitive performance and reduce mental fatigue, giving people the clarity and motivation to stay active. For older adults, this means not only stronger legs, but also the willpower to use them. I have seen patients who struggle to maintain even light walking routines find renewed motivation after incorporating ginseng tea because they no longer felt that daily tasks were overwhelming. Now let us look at green tea. Green tea is rich in catechins, a group of antioxidants that protect cells from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is a major contributor to muscle aging as it damages proteins, lipids, and DNA inside muscle cells. By neutralizing free radicals, catechins help preserve muscle integrity and joint health. Green tea also contains a modest amount of caffeine, far less than coffee, but enough to provide a gentle lift in energy. What makes it unique is the presence of L-theanine, an amino acid that calms the nervous system. The combination of caffeine and L-theanine produces alertness without jitters or crashes. This is particularly important for older adults who may be sensitive to strong stimulants. Instead of a burst of energy followed by exhaustion, green tea delivers a balanced and sustained sense of wakefulness. When ginseng and green tea are combined, their effects complement one another beautifully. Ginseng enhances oxygen use and stamina, while green tea provides antioxidant protection and a calm mental lift. The result is a tea that supports both body and mind, encouraging activity without strain. For seniors who feel that their legs give out halfway through the day, this tea can make a profound difference. It is not a drug, and it does not work instantly, but with consistent use, it creates a foundation of energy that makes movement enjoyable again rather than burdensome. The preparation of ginseng green tea is straightforward, but certain details enhance its effect. Water should not be boiling hot, as extreme heat can destroy delicate compounds in green tea. Allow the water to cool slightly after boiling. Then steep the green tea for 2 to 3 minutes. Adding a few thin slices of fresh ginseng root or a small amount of dry ginseng powder allows the ginsenosides to infuse into the tea. Steeping for another 5 minutes releases their benefits. A touch of honey can be added for sweetness, but it is best to avoid heavy sweeteners that may undermine metabolic health. This tea can be consumed once daily, ideally in the morning, when its gentle energy boost can support activity throughout the day. It is worth noting that ginseng should be used with some caution in individuals with high blood pressure or those taking certain medications, as it can have stimulating effects. For most older adults, however, when consumed as tea in modest amounts, it is safe and well tolerated. Still, I always advise patients to check with their physician if they have complex medical conditions or are on multiple medications. The broader lesson here is that supporting aging muscles is not about looking for one dramatic intervention. It is about building a collection of small, reliable habits that together create resilience. A cup of ginseng green tea may seem insignificant, but when consumed daily, it provides the body with antioxidants, adaptogens, and natural stimulants that accumulate their effects over time. Combined with light exercise, good nutrition, and proper sleep, it becomes a cornerstone of strength and independence. One of the most underestimated challenges of aging is not simply the weakening of muscles, but the way stress, poor sleep, and hormonal changes gradually wear the body down. Many older adults describe waking in the morning already tired, their legs stiff before the day even begins. Others tell me that, although they try to stay active, constant worry or restless nights leave them drained of the energy needed to follow through. What is often overlooked is that these invisible factors, stress hormones, disrupted rest, and nerve fatigue, play a direct role in how the muscles of the legs feel and function. When stress is unrelieved and sleep is shallow, the body spends more time in breakdown than in repair. The result is weakness, instability, and a sense of decline that feels unstoppable. This is where ashwagandha root tea offers something truly unique. Unlike the other teas we have discussed, which focus mainly on circulation and endurance, ashwagandha is what we call an adaptogen. Adaptogens help the body maintain balance in the face of stress. They regulate cortisol, the primary stress hormone, and support the nervous system, allowing the body to shift from constant tension into a state where healing can occur. For older adults, this shift is crucial. When cortisol remains high, it accelerates the breakdown of muscle, weakens bones, and disrupts sleep. By calming cortisol, ashwagandha creates the internal environment needed for muscles to rebuild and for energy to return. Ashwagandha has been used in traditional Indian medicine, Ayurveda, for centuries as a tonic for strength and vitality. Modern clinical studies support its benefits, showing that daily use can increase muscle strength, improve balance, and reduce fatigue in older adults. What makes it particularly effective is the way it works on both mind and body at the same time. It strengthens neuromuscular connections, which are essential for balance and coordination. This is why some older adults who feel unsteady or shaky notice that their steps become more confident after consistent use. At the same time, it calms the nervous system, reducing the anxiety that often accompanies weakness. The result is not just physical improvement, but a renewed sense of confidence. Sleep is another area where ashwagandha has profound effects. Many of my patients struggle with insomnia or restless nights, and few realize how devastating this is for muscle health. Muscles do not rebuild during the day. They repair and strengthen at night during deep sleep, when growth hormone is released and tissues are restored. Without proper sleep, no amount of exercise or nutrition can fully rebuild strength. Ashwagandha tea, taken in the evening, helps quiet the racing mind, relax the body, and promote deeper, more restorative sleep. Patients often tell me that after a few weeks of evening ashwagandha tea, they wake feeling more refreshed, with legs that feel lighter and stronger because the body has finally had the chance to repair overnight. The preparation of ashwagandha tea requires a bit more care than the others because the root is denser and needs more time to release its compounds. Using dried root pieces, one can simmer them gently in water for 10 to 15 minutes, then strain and drink. The flavor is earthy and slightly nutty, and it pairs well with cinnamon or a touch of honey. For those who prefer convenience, powdered ashwagandha or tea bags are available, but the root itself tends to provide the purest effect. The timing depends on the goal. If someone needs calm, steady energy during the day, morning is appropriate. If the priority is better sleep and overnight recovery, evening is best. Either way, consistency is essential. Adaptogens do not work like stimulants. Their effects build gradually as the body regains balance. What I find particularly valuable about ashwagandha tea is that it addresses the hidden dimensions of muscle decline. Weakness is not only about fiber shrinking, it is also about nerves firing less efficiently, hormones shifting unfavorably, and stress eroding recovery. By supporting the nervous system, regulating cortisol, and improving rest, ashwagandha gives the body what it needs to restore itself. It is a reminder that strength is not just a matter of exercise, but of balance across multiple systems. Of course, as with all natural remedies, safety is important. Ashwagandha is generally well tolerated, but it should be used with caution in individuals with thyroid disorders or autoimmune conditions, as it can influence hormone levels. For most older adults, however, when consumed in moderate amounts as tea, it is safe and beneficial. I always recommend discussing new habits with a physician, especially for those taking multiple medications, to ensure there are no interactions. The broader lesson here is that muscle health in older age cannot be separated from overall well-being. A body that is tense, sleep-deprived, and stressed will not maintain strong legs, no matter how much exercise it does. A body that is calm, rested, and hormonally balanced will find it far easier to preserve strength and mobility. Ashwagandha tea supports that balance. When combined with the other teas we have discussed, the picture becomes clearer. Ginger turmeric tea reduces inflammation and improves circulation, easing soreness and fueling muscle repair. Ginseng Green Tea enhances stamina and oxygen use, lifting endurance and mental energy. Ashwagandha root tea restores balance, reduces stress, strengthens neuromuscular connections, and improves sleep, allowing the body to repair itself overnight. Together, they form a simple, practical set of habits that address the major drivers of weakness in aging. I remind my patients often that aging is not a process of inevitable decline, but of adaptation. The body continues to respond to the choices we make, even at 70, 80, or beyond. A daily cup of tea may seem small, but when chosen wisely, it provides compounds that target the very systems responsible for strength, energy, and balance. Over weeks and months, those small actions accumulate into real changes. Legs that feel stronger, steps that feel steadier, and days that feel more energetic. The most important factor is consistency. Herbal teas do not act like drugs that deliver instant relief. They support the body gradually, helping it return to balance. For older adults, patience and regular practice are essential. Just as weakness develops over years, strength is rebuilt through steady daily habits. So, if you're over 60 and have noticed your legs growing weaker, your balance fading, or your energy slipping away, do not accept